guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we created this really natural makeup look. It is something that you could possibly wear for a Zoom call, or something that you could possibly wear if you are looking for a really quick makeup routine to do. I use very minimal products, very light coverage products, but still get a really flawless base effect. If this is something that you guys want to see and want to recreate, then please keep watching. So I've already prepped my skin with moisturizer, toner, face wash, done all of that. Today is literally just going to be all about your base makeup. No eyeshadow, no like brow routine, no lashes, no liner, nothing. It's literally going to be about your skin, how to make your skin look really healthy, really glowy. And today is actually the perfect day that I get to show you this, because I have a load of breakouts all over my chin, so it's a perfect time to show you how to cover that all that up on camera. Okay, so the first product that I'm going to show you is kind of a foundation, a primer, and a glowy liquidy product all in one. This is the Tilbury Flawless Filter. I have mine in the shade 4, so it matches my tan. It might be a little bit dark because this tan is coming off. I literally just spread it on. Now I like to put on a good bit, as you can see, because we're using this as foundation as opposed to using it as like a base. I'm going to be putting on more than I usually would. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a thick buffer brush and I'm just going to start pressing it into my skin. So the person that actually got me onto this as to use it as a foundation or concealer was actually Christina. I saw her in work one day and I couldn't tell if she had foundation on or if it was her natural skin. I was like, this looks like you're wearing no makeup, but I know you're wearing makeup. And she was like, yeah, it's this. Every time she has worn it, I'm like, I need that. So what this is going to do is it's going to even out my skin tone. And as well as that, it's going to provide a little bit of coverage. I hope you can see, but this isn't actually covering my face like a foundation would. It's literally just giving me colour and a really nice glow, as you can see. And obviously you can add more, you can add less, depending on what you like and what you prefer. You can still see my breakouts, but this is just giving me an unreal glow. But I know some oily skin people are thinking, Leah, I cannot wear that. Don't worry, we are going to be setting our face with powder, but this is just giving us like a base to work with, so that we don't have to put on foundation. So I'm going to go in with a pretty high coverage concealer, and the reason we're going to go in with a high coverage concealer is so it still covers my breakouts, but what it's going to do is it's going to spot conceal. So it's going to make my under eyes look flawless, it's going to cover my breakouts, but it's also going to leave the rest of the skin looking natural. So I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. I'm mine in the shade Cashmere, and I'm going to take a brush and I'm just going to start tapping it in. So as you can see, I've placed it on my forehead, underneath my eyes, my nose, my upper lip, and anywhere that I've had spots on my chin. So me adding the full coverage concealer to more than one place, it's going to balance out my skin way more than if I were to keep it in just one position. So after I've pressed it in with the smaller brush, I'm now going back in with the brush that we used for the base. So it's going to just make sure that the two are blended together perfectly, and there's not an obvious difference between the matte concealer and the glowy base. Okay, so now that I have done those two cream products, as we all know, I usually like to go in with cream contour, cream blush, cream highlighter, but we're not going to do that because we need this to be quick and easy. So I'm just going to go into a pressed powder. Pressed powders are really easy to use, and you don't make a mess with them. With a loose powder, I feel like you can go too heavy-handed with them, but with a pressed powder you can't really go too heavy-handed with them because they're so finely milled. So this is the Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I don't think there's anything special about this powder. I do think like it's a good powder, but any pressed powder will do. And then I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush. Now, just as we did with the concealer, we're only going to put this powder in certain places. So first place I'm going to put this powder is underneath my eyes, just to set that concealer so it's not creasing underneath my eyes. And as the name suggests, this really is a flawless finishing powder. It makes your face just look so blurred, so like seamless. It just makes your face look really good. Okay, now that I've set my under eyes, I'm now just going to set the center of my forehead, my chin, upper lip, smile lines, because that's where my makeup tends to crease. My nose, just so it doesn't look shiny on camera. So I've left the outer part of my face powder free, and that is because we still want this base to look natural. So I don't know if you can see, we can still see my skin through all of this, but it is still just covered up everything that I wanted it to cover up. So now that we're looking a bit 2D, we're gonna go into bronzer, and I'm gonna go for the most natural bronzer that I have in my collection. So I'm gonna go in with this. Again, you'll see a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products, and that's just because she does really good natural products. I'm gonna go in with a bronzer, and as you can see, this is massive, so it's well worth the money. It's her Airbrush bronzer, and I have mine in the shade 2 medium. Now, what I'm gonna do with this is I'm just gonna put this where I normally would with bronzer, but I'm not gonna be as precise with it. So I'm gonna put it on my forehead. Now, also, we haven't set the rest of our face, like I said, so make sure you are tapping on the places that hasn't been set, because if you start rubbing, you are going to disturb everything underneath, and it's gonna wipe away, and you're gonna be left with a patch. Now, you can go as heavy-handed or as light-handed with this bronzer. I'm kind of just going with a light hand and placing it on my cheekbones, forehead, underneath my chin, and then I'm just gonna dab it over my nose. You know the way with other bronzers that adds coverage? This doesn't. This lets whatever is underneath your skin show through. So for blusher, I have chosen a blusher that has a built-in highlighter, or if you're gonna go for a blusher, go for an illuminating blusher. So this one, once again, Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blusher in the shade Pillow Talk. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it has a highlighter in the middle and it has a blusher the whole way around. What it's not gonna do is gonna give you that stripe of glitter where you normally have highlighter and make it so obvious that you're wearing highlighter or makeup. It's gonna bring your natural flush back to your cheeks, but it's also going to make you look way more healthy on camera. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this blush, I'm just gonna start placing it up really high on the high points of my cheeks, and I'm bringing it back towards my temple. If you are more oily and you were thinking, Leah, this is too glowy for me, you can now go in with a mattifying setting spray or just a normal setting spray, but I'm gonna go in with a glowy setting spray. This is the Morphe Luminous setting spray. The reason I'm gonna go in with this is not only is it gonna melt my makeup, but it's also gonna add me that bit of a glow. It has a really fine mist, so it's not gonna disturb the makeup that we've on as well. Now, for brows, I'm not going to use any pencil. I'm just going to go in with a coloured brow gel. This is the PLouise Oh So Browtiful Brow Gel in the shade Hazelnut Latte. Now, if anyone has this brow gel, you will know how messy it is. Now, as you can see, we have a lot of products going on in my brows. That is just this brow gel. I don't know why, but it has too much product on the brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a clean spoolie, and I'm just going to brush through my brows with it, because it's just going to pick up the extra product that is in my brows and just get rid of it. So the good thing about a coloured brow gel is it's going to give you the darkness that you would get from a brow pencil, but it's just going to be a lot more natural. And it's just going to make your brows look really full, really fluffy, but still add colour. So you could just leave it here and not put on mascara, but I do think if you are going to do your brows, I definitely think putting on mascara is a must, just because your mascara will balance out the harshness of your brows. I love curling my lashes. I think when you curl your lashes and add mascara versus if you were to just add mascara, they look a lot more natural. It makes them not clump up as much, and it'll just make them look really fluttery, especially if you put on a light layer of a light mascara like I'm going to show you. And a lot of people just kind of like do this for like 2 seconds and take it off, and yes, it gives your eyes a bit of a curl, but it doesn't give them as much of a curl as if you were to hold them there for like a good 30 seconds. Make sure you are holding your eyelash curler there, and also kind of like pulse it, obviously being careful that you don't catch your eyelids in it. But what this does is it's just going to make sure that they're going to be curled for longer. It's like if you curl your hair with a curling iron and you hold it on for 2 seconds, yes, it has a bit of curl, but versus holding it on for like you know, 15 seconds, it's gonna hold a lot better. So one eye is curled and one eye is not, and as you can see there is a massive difference there. So I'm gonna go with my mascara, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury, once again, Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes Mascara. This is just a mini version of it. The reason I'm choosing this over, say, my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara is it's a lot lighter and it's a lot less clumpy. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara is a volumizing mascara, so it's going to make your lashes look more clumpy at the ends, while this is more of a light lengthening mascara. So it's not going to make your lashes look as clumpy as the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So that is what one eye looks like with mascara on and curled versus the other one. So I'm just going to do the exact same to the other eye, again holding it for longer than a few seconds and also pulsing. Okay, so I've just put on one layer on the other eye. Now you could go in with 2 layers, but again 2 layers is going to make your makeup look a lot more heavy than 1 layer, so I'm just going to leave it at 1 layer. Now for lips, so you can either go in with a lip balm like I said or a lip gloss. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Glass Slipper, and this is the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream. My lips are really dry today, so I'm going to go in with the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour Cream. There's no colour to this, it just is my normal lip balm. Maybe if you wanted you could go over top with the gloss. I'll just show you what that looks like. So you've got your lip balm underneath, and then lip gloss on top. So guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you turn on that notification bell. As you can see, this is an extremely natural look. You don't need any certain products, you don't need any certain techniques, any certain experience. You just need whatever you have and keep it as minimal and as natural as possible. Remember, less is more when it comes to a natural look. Less coverage, less products, everything like that. Let me know if there's any other videos you would like to see, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!